I'm motivated to make the change, I'm motivated to work hard, and I'm motivated to bring pride to East Greenbush. So Jack, Tom, and I have an independent campaign, East Greenbush First, as Jack mentioned, and we are going to be transparent, we are going to be honest, and we are going to be proactive. We're committed to working towards a bright future, and I am committed to representing you and representing all of the citizens who want ethical, honest, hardworking people in office and town hall. I take this responsibility very seriously, and I am humbled by the support. I am humbled by everybody coming here tonight and the messages I've been getting, and I thank you for that. And I want to continue that dialogue. So please go on our website, go on our Facebook page, go on our Twitter page, and let's have the conversation. Let's start the change now. So thank you so much for coming, and I look forward to a fun, work-filled summer getting to know everybody better.
Every time we've spoken, Tina complains that she doesn't want to speak after me, and yet she always speaks better than I do, so no more complaints from her. Tom Grant has been fighting City Hall for a very long time, but the essence of Tom is that he fights as a gentleman. He is always civil, he's always respectful, and for the last 5 or 6 years that he and I have been involved together in town government, I believe he has set the tone and the prototype for how somebody behaves in a situation of public discourse. He's smart, and again, he's independent. Nobody's going to tell any of us what to do, including each other. Tom is independent, he's smart, and more than anything else, he's a gentleman. Tom Grant.
I'm Tom Grant, and I'm respectfully also asking for your support in my candidacy for town board on the ticket of East Greenbush First with Jack Conway and Tina Tierney. Thank you so much. I was just wondering if we could take a moment, if it's not too much trouble. We have a beautiful flag put up right here. If we could all possibly stand and look at the flag and maybe say the Pledge of Allegiance, if that's possible. Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's kind of like a 7th inning stretch in baseball. Just take a little bit of a breather. There was a poet, a guy named Edwin Markham, who was pretty famous in the first third of the 20th century. He wrote a poem, probably his second best known poem, called Lincoln, Man of the People. And that poem was selected to be read by him at the dedication of the Lincoln Memorial in 1922. There were over 250 submissions, and that poem was selected, and he read it there. Very inspiring poem. I commend it to your attention if you get a chance to look it up. Markham also had a way with epigrams, and one of his epigrams that I really enjoy, and I think it's very appropriate for the situation we're in this town, is an epigram entitled Outwitted. And I'll try and paraphrase it. It goes, he drew a circle that kept us out, heretic, rebel, a thing to flout. But love and I had the wit to win. We drew a circle that counted him in. And that's what we need in this town. We need people being counted in, brought into the circle. I think a lot of people are sick and tired of the practice in this town of crass partisan politics, of a situation existing where it's who you know rather than what you know. That's got to end in this town if we're going to move forward. We've got some serious problems here, and we can't treat these problems the way that we've done in the past, unfortunately. Process is very important. And really, the process of this town over the last few years is absolutely completely broken. It's a process that led to an attempt to place a casino, a $100 million casino, so they said, in secret up on Thompson Hill. If you take a look at this town and you were to pick the most inappropriate site to put a casino, it's got to be Thompson Hill. Either that or the middle of Hampton Lake, on one of those two. And what did the town learn from that? Practically nothing. We declare victory in the casino debacle, I'll call it. Shortly after that, we get the announcement that the Honeybee Massage Spa was opening up right on Columbia Turnpike. You just can't make this stuff up. The process is broken. It's very much broken. Now, most people, when you look at process, or certainly I when I look at process, an effective process, you want to have a situation where people feel that they've been listened to, they feel that they've been heard, they feel that their input means something. And as a result of that process, a decision is made. If you feel that you've been heard, listened to, you might not agree with the final decision, but you can certainly accept it, that it was done in a reasonable, rational way with explanations. I, for one, am sick and tired to have people on the town board, with one notable exception, just respond to the citizens of this town at town board meetings with blank stares and cutting people off when they have impassioned positions. That is dead wrong. I would submit that a town board, and particularly a full-time supervisor making $70,000 a year, can set aside 90 minutes of his schedule once a month to respond to citizen questions. The fact that we have a 5-minute limitation in this town is absolutely unbelievable. Rick McCabe, although I seldom agreed with him on issues, every month he listened to people. He might not have agreed with you, but he listened to what you had to say, and he took measure of what people had to say. Under the current administration with Keith Langley, we do not have that, unfortunately. That is not a civil or respectful way to run a government. That's not going to be the case with Jack Conway as supervisor and Tina Tierney as town board member. I can tell you that for sure. And civility isn't a big lift. Civility is just respectfully listening to people, listening to their ideas. Who knows? They might come up with a suggestion or an idea that you hadn't thought about yourself. No one who's elected to the town board knows everything. They can always learn from other people, and to stifle debate, to stifle criticism, it's just not the right way to go. You can learn this thing called constructive criticism, and that's what a lot of the people that we've had the privilege of meeting over the last number of weeks have expressed is important to them. I do have to thank Keith Langley to some extent for getting me involved in this campaign. And I don't know if he realizes that, and I just want to mention why. I used to hear Keith on a number of occasions criticize people who quote-unquote sat in the back room, or sat in the back of the room, or sat in the sidelines and didn't get involved. Keith said, it's very easy to be critical if you're just sitting around complaining at town board meetings. Well, this ticket here is not going to be sitting around complaining at town board meetings. With your support, hopefully we'll win, we'll get elected, and it will reflect what the people in this town really need and want. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.